Okay, just looking at these timing chains, to be able to get in and show you how to do this properly, I really need to remove the sump because I need to get this lower oil pump chain off. And I want to remove the sump anyway because there's so much of this old silicone and stuff that has dropped in there. So it's going to come off anyway, but I can thoroughly show you how to do the timing chains with it removed. You can, if you're careful, get away with lining the dots up underneath here, but it's just so hard to actually see. Dropping the sump and cleaning that out's a really good thing anyway, and it looks like it's been leaking a bit too, so it'd be a good idea. Regardless, I've just got to lift it up. They're not tight at all. I'm just using the impact here, the air ratchet here, just for speed. Now you don't want to deform this metal pan at all because it's just more of a hassle when you put it back. So just some gentle taps and you begin to hear the sound change. That way you know once that sound starts to change, it's starting to come off. And we've got a little bit of oil in there, but we'll dump that out. Now I'm just going to let this sit back down. Want to obviously be careful of the pickup here. It's a good time just to make sure there's no debris in that pickup, and it's really clean on this one, which is a good thing. I'm just going to lower it down and let it sort of sit onto there. Just go slow, just let it sit down. It's not sitting on that pickup, you don't want to do that. Now I can just zip off this bottom guard here for the oil pump. Now the tension's already off this, but it's still not enough to get this chain off. It's just a 12 mil. Just wanted to be careful when you undid that you don't rotate things around because look, I don't want things rotating at the moment. You can pull that off and pull that little chain off. Just put those things aside. With that, I can now get this chain fully out of the way. Now we've got two cogs here. It's sort of a double cog, followed by a single one. And there's a couple of keyways. Okay, with these now taken off, I'm going to spend some time to clean up all these surfaces. So again, I'm going to use a plastic scraper and just go through and get all this old silicone off. Now be careful when you're doing this that bits just don't end up sort of down in here and stuff that's not going to kind of fall through. So just be mindful as you go where the sort of waste silicone is actually dropping to. This was that little bit of silicone that we put through on that head gasket there. Now don't forget all these bits in here as well. I'm just using just some WD-40 here just to soften up any deposits that are still here. Look, sometimes I do use a Scotch-Brite pad. You've got to be super careful on the aluminium. You don't want to be scratching and scoring it, but it's not a super critical surface, say like the head was, and it is a fairly quick way just to tidy this up. One of the issues with Scotch-Brite pads is sometimes it leaves some of the material behind, so just be really careful. Use this with caution. Okay, once you're happy with that, you might want to just give it a final spray out with some just brake clean in here. Just make sure you haven't missed any bits of old silicone. You don't want it sitting in here. With the sump off, I'm super happy that anything here is just going to just drip straight through or fall through. And I'm also going to give it a quick blowout as well. Okay, with that done, I'm now ready to put my cams back in. Now, if you remember, I laid out the cams and all of the bucket tappets in order. So I'm going to drop them back in the exact same order that they came out, and that way I'm not having to remeasure and refigure things out there. Everything here is still pretty oily, so look, they're just literally going to slip back in, and we'll put a bit of extra oil in there in a moment. These are there's a bit of carbon and mess on the top of these. Look, in a perfect world, I'd pull all these valves off and I'd clean all that up. But look, I've got to make some compromises. I'm going to put a light squirt of oil. Remember, I've got no sump on here, so I don't want to put a whole stack of oil, otherwise it's just going to fall straight through. Next, I want to grab the cam. Again, make sure that any sort of dirt from where you've had it stored is removed. I want to make sure all these little journal spots in here are nice and clean and nothing has fallen into them. So this first cam, when I position it in, I'm going to have those two lobes pointing up. That's sort of roughly about the spot. The next one, again, we've got a dot here. Again, I'm just going to sit it at this point roughly facing up. So at this point, both cams are just sitting in here with those dots kind of approximately facing upwards. Going to get some oil in on these journals here. Remember, it's not sitting in tight, so you can kind of wiggle it and it can just run around underneath. Now this is how I stored my parts. That way I can just reassemble them in the exact same order. Now we've got the same caps on the exact same journals. I've even got the same bolts going back into the same holes. Again, just make sure everything is clean before we put it back together. A heap of oil on here. Now I did get a bit of oil into that hole, which is not actually a good thing because it can make it difficult to tighten up, but we'll just be aware of that as we tighten things down. Okay, now before we tighten anything down, I just want to double check a couple of things, because as I tighten this down, it is going to press down on these valves and open some of them up. So I just want to double check where the pistons are. So I've just got a long screwdriver. That piston's a long way down. That piston's up near the top. That one there's a long way down. With that one up at the top, I'm just looking here. These two are facing towards each other. So as I tighten this down, that is not going to be pressing those valves down. That is okay. So there's nothing here where there's a piston at the top and open valves. So I know that this is only a rough position at the moment, so these are going to move a little bit, but it's in a good enough position for me to start tightening things down. I'm just going to slowly zip them down with an impact first. I'm just going to go through and do them all steadily. I'm just double checking at this point that, look, it still does rotate. I'm not moving it much, but look, there's still movement there, but I haven't tightened this right up either. Now, I'm a bit slack here. I did not actually look up the torque specs on these, so look, after a few years of doing this, you get a pretty good feel for it. I'll see if I can find it and put it in the description. I'm starting from the inside here out, so do this one and just kind of move to the outsides. Okay, once I've done them all up, I'm just going to do one quick pass again just to make sure they all feel good and that I didn't accidentally miss anything.